Guys, welcome to javaisawesome, and as of now we have covered like what is the length, what is the charAt, what is the substring, what is the concat method. So those methods we have already covered in the string handling. Okay, now we are going to discuss some remaining method, which is like equals, index of, to lowercase, to uppercase. Okay, so let's start with the equals method. So equals method is also very important, and so many places we are using this equals method. Okay, so what is the equals method, exactly what it is doing? So equals method will compare two string, it's a equals or not. So whenever you have a two string and you need to compare like both string is equals or not, then you can go with the equals method, and it will do the work on the like what is the exact value having a string. Okay, we can discuss what is the index of method. So return the index of the first occurrence of the specified characters. So for example, you have a one string, and inside the string you want to know some particular character index value, then you can use the index of method. But before going to the learn some other methods, please do the practice on that equals method. So let's go to the equals method and check it like how it will work exactly. So go to the STS, and in the STS if you see, okay, so I have a one some data here. So what I will do is I will remove these things, and we have a one string called Java. So I will create one more string which is not like a Java, which is ABC, and here I will give some like A. So this is the two string we have, and we have to check like both are equals or not. So we need to check like both are equals or not. So let me remove this also. Okay, and here I will write equals method. So how can I use equals method? So anyone you can take the reference variable, which is a string. So s dot I will compare whatever the s having a data which is equal to some other string or not. So I will write s dot equals. Okay, I will write equals, and in the equals also I will pass like a Java. So this is the other string. So this string will compare with this string. If it is equal, then it will return true. So it will print the true here. Okay, let me run. So once you run, it will show like a true. Okay, so if you want to write this line of the code, okay, so let me write this line of the code in outside. Okay, and here let me write boolean status status, and let me write these conditions and just print here status. So I think this way people are understanding more. So because of that I am writing every line separately. Okay, not instead of writing this line of the code inside this println, so that you can write first, we can create a variable, we can store it, and then we can print it. So that is the good way to write it. Okay, so now if you run this, we are able to see the true. Why true? Because s means what? This object which is Java. So it's comparing Java is equals to Java or not. If you compare with the Java is Java, so both are the same, so it will print true. If I give here A, so A is nothing but ABC, so Java is not equal to ABC, so what it will print? It will print false. Okay, if you give some here some other things like JAVA1, some one differences, and if you run it, so you can see false, because this one is not available in this string. So because of that, the comparison will send like this is the false. So overall it will become false, both are not equal string. So basically strings we are using for the password comparisons or password validations. For example, you have already registered yourself in some website, and again you are trying to log in. So your user ID and password, if it is match, then only you can able to log in it. Okay, so let me write one simple code so that you can understood. Okay, so for example, I want to write a one logic for login a users. So what I will do, I will take value from the users. So I will take a scanner, s equal to new a scanner. Okay, and here I will write system dot in. Okay, fine. Okay, system dot in. Okay, fine. Now I have to print one message. Okay, login to the website. So somebody people are trying to log into the website, so he have to enter the user ID and password. Okay, so log into the website, and then I will print here. Okay, something like that. Okay, and then after I will print one more message, enter user ID, enter user ID. I will write enter user ID, and this user ID I will take from the users, and I will remove this ln. Okay, so this is the one things I will write, and user ID should be a string user ID, and I will store whatever the user is given. Okay, so I will store those data inside this our variable, which is sc dot next, so that this is the user ID, and I want to take from the user password. Okay, and password is nothing but enter password. I will say if you enter the password. Okay, and this is the things I have taken from the users, but in the website already you registered, so in your DB having a user ID and password. Okay, in the database having user ID and password, so in your database having a user ID and password, that is something like db user ID. So I will write here a string db user ID. db user ID is just something like user ID is something like pk123. okay, this is the user ID, and for a string password I will store db user ID, and password is something like that, which is 12345. so this is the password, and that is already stored. db user ID, db password. So this is already available in the database. It means it's already available in our website. But now once you log in, so you have to provide user given details. So once you go to the any website, and if you enter the user ID and user ID and password, if you register, it will store the data inside the database. And again, if you go to those website for the login, then that time he will ask, enter your user ID, enter your password. If you enter the correct user ID and password, then it will do validations. Check user ID and password correct or not. If it is correct, then provide the login. If it is not, then not give the access of the login. Okay, so this is the things we have to do validation. So here you can write if whatever the db user ID we have, that is equal to whatever the password is given by, what is the user ID is given by the user. If those are equals, and and db password dot equals what? db password. Okay, so if db password and db user id both are equals, then only you have to print sout successfully login. Otherwise you can print, if those are not matched, you can print sout login failed. So this is the things you can print simply, so that people can understood, okay, because of that we have given fail. Okay, let me run this code so that you can understood in the better way what exactly we have done as of now. So this is our console and you can see login to the website. So we are assuming like you have already registered in this website and you have given the user ID and password, and now we are giving the user ID and password. Okay, so what is the user ID? If I give the correct user ID and password like pk123, this is the correct. If I give the correct user ID, so he not asking me for the password. Why? He not taken any password and he said like login successfully. How is it possible? So first he entered like he taken the next. Okay, you have to take the password also. So for taking the password you have to write here a string password. This is the one mistake I have did. Okay, and here I have to write password only. Now it's correct. Okay, let me run once. Now you can check like you are giving the correct user ID and password. So user ID is correct, password is also correct, and if you enter it's saying login successfully. Let me do one more thing, remove this ln so it will not go to the next line. Okay, let me run one more times. Okay, give the user ID correct and password is also correct. So 123 and password is 12345. So login successfully. If you give the wrong user ID and password, so let me give the wrong user ID pk12345 and 12345. So password is correct but user ID is wrong, so login is failed. If you give the user ID is correct pk123 and I am giving the password is correct, which is 6, that means login failed. So whenever you give the user ID is correct or password is correct, then only you can log in. Otherwise if you give user ID incorrect or password may be the incorrect, then you can get login failed. Okay, so this is the one real time example I have shown you while writing a equals method. So that is the power of equals method to compare two strings are equals or not. So this string is nothing but which is available in the database, and other string which is the user ID we are taking from the users, which is the runtime with the scanners I have taken. Okay, I hope you understood. Okay, so this is the use of equals method. Let me go and just describe the what is the index of method. So index of method will take some 1 characters and return the index of the first occurrence. First occurrence means, for example, it will started whatever the characters. Let me explain through the STS only. So let me create one class string test1. So this is created. Let me create a main method. And what I do is I have a one string s equal to Java. Let's take the example of Java. And in the Java I need to know like what is the j index value. So we have an index of method for that. So how can I use it? A string reference dot index of, what I can use, index of, and I will give one characters here which is Java, and this character will return me what is the index value for that. Okay, so index value, and then finally I will print those index value. So what is the index value? Index of, so let me run this, and you can see the output is 0 because j is available in the first positions. Okay, what is the meaning of first occurrence? First occurrence means, if you see here, Java, in the Java having a 2a, so if I give here a, so it will give the index of first occurrence from left to right. So it will go from left to right, it will check, okay, j and a, so it will give the index number a, it will not give the index number last a. So that is the called the first occurrence. So this is the index number 1. So it will give the basically the index number, and which is saying the first occurrence of the index number it will give. Okay, I hope you understood. The next is to lowercase. So for example, we have some string and we have to convert to the lowercase, and you have to convert to the uppercase. So that thing you can do in the simple way, and in the Java having those method like to lowercase or to uppercase, and we can discuss it. Okay, and it will return the same string, whatever the strings you have given. So what I will do is like let me remove this one, let me remove this one also. And right now what is the Java? So Java is available in upper it's available in lowercase. So I will write like that, Java is a sum. So you can see and you can understood like what exactly he change it. So I will write s dot to lowercase. So if I write 2 dot lowercase and I will store this object, so it will return me the, this will become all lowercase. So having a maximum lowercase and some uppercase, so whatever the case it's available, it will become all those character in the lowercase only, and we can print it. Okay, lowercase. Okay, so this is the one example. So all character will become lowercase. In the same thing, I will write one more line of the code, which is s dot to uppercase, to uppercase. So if I write to uppercase, okay, if I write to uppercase, and I will write enter control and 1. So to uppercase, and I will print the to uppercase also. So I will print s out, to uppercase. Okay, uppercase, and let me print so that you can differentiate it very easily. Okay, so to lowercase will become all those character is a lowercase, and to uppercase will made all those character in the uppercase. So this is the differences. One more things like in this equals method we have discussed just before. So like a equals method, we have a equal ignore case method also. Okay, in the equals method having a equal ignore case method also. So I hope this one you understood. Okay, so let me remove this one. Okay, and one more methods we have let me first complete this one, tree method, then we can discuss like equals ignore case methods. Okay, so go with the tree. So for example, we have a string called javaisawesome, and I have to apply the trim on that. So while using a trim method, it will ask to divide, like you have to trim this method from last or top. So if you write trim and if you store it, and again if you are trying to print those data, so return type of trim is nothing but a string only. So trim. So right now if I run, you cannot see any changes on that javaisawesome, it's the same. But trim means if you give some space in the beginning or ending, and again if you use, it will remove those indexes. Okay, this is the benefit. Okay, so this is called basically whenever you put some more spaces, it's not I think handle in middle of the string, but yes, whatever the beginning and whatever the ending index like beginning or ending, if you give some space, so that it will trim it and it will make it suitable, so that ending and like beginning, whatever the special space you have given which is not required, so those it will trim and it will give you the actual content only. So this is the benefit of the trim methods. One more things, like if you have some string called java, so s equal to java, and you have a one equals method, so s dot equals, and if you give here java, if you give here java, if you write like that, assign this equal, so it will give it true and false, right? Okay, right. And for example, this is java and this is also a java, so both are same, like a small. So if you print it like it's equals or not, okay, let me print. If you print like this is equals or not, so this is the true. But if you give here capital J, if you give here capital J and that place a small h, so it's giving like a false. Why? Because java is a case sensitive, so it will assume like if it is capital and this is the small, both are different, it's assumed like both are different. But as a human beings, we know understood like okay, both are the same, but java internally it's understand no, those are the differences, because it's a uppercase and this is the lowercase. Okay, so if you want to avoid these differences which is lowercase and uppercase, you can write equal ignore case methods, equals ignore case method. And if you write the equals ignore case method, it's assume like whatever the uppercase or lowercase it is having, if you write here capital B or if you write here capital A, it's assume like okay, let it be, that is the fine, no issue in that. Okay, both are same, so it will basically saying like ignore the cases. Okay, if it is like both are same exact value, but some of the uppercase or lowercase it's differences, so equals is a case sensitive, but equal ignore case will ignore the case sensitive and it's assume like both are same. So that is the differences. So whenever you see like hey, no, I want to check based on the character which is lowercase and uppercase also, then go with the equals method only. Okay, then go with the equals method only, you have to write equals method. Okay, but if you think like no, I don't want to check that much, I just want to know okay, both are same or not, maybe the uppercase or maybe the lowercase, I don't want to worry about it, then you can go with the equal ignore case, that is the best suitable for you. So this is the basic differences between them. So as of now I have covered all those methods which is required here. Okay, thank you so much, we can meet some other video and we can discuss more about the methods and we can understand the string handling. Thank you so much.